Welcome to Daily Scripture Reading. I do not own the rights to this music. Matthew chapter 22, beginning at verse 23 and ending at verse 46. This is the Amplified Version. Jesus answers the Sadducees. On that day, some Sadducees, who say that there is no resurrection of the dead, came to him and asked him a question, saying, Teacher, Moses said, if a man dies leaving no children, his brother, as next of kin, shall marry his widow and raise children for his brother. Now there were 7 brothers among us. The first married and died, and having no children, left his wife to his brother. The second also died childless, and the third down to the 7th. Last of all, the woman died. So in the resurrection, whose wife of the 7 will she be? For they all had married her. But Jesus replied to them, You are all wrong, because you know neither the Scriptures, which teach the resurrection, nor the power of God. For he is able to raise the dead. For in the resurrection neither do men marry, nor are women given in marriage, but they are like angels in heaven, who do not marry nor produce children. But as to the resurrection of the dead, have you not read in the Scripture what God said to you? I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. He is not the God of the dead, but of the living. When the crowds heard this, they were astonished at his teaching. Now when the Pharisees heard that he had muzzled the Sadducees, they gathered together. One of them, a lawyer, an expert in Mosaic law, asked Jesus a question to test him. Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? And Jesus replied to him, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. The second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. That is, unselfishly seek the best or higher good for others. The whole law and the writings of the prophets depend on these two commandments. Now while the Pharisees were still gathered together, Jesus asked them a question. What do you Pharisees think of the Christ, the Messiah, the Anointed? Whose son is he? They said to him, the son of David. Jesus asked them, How is it then that David, by the inspiration of the Spirit, calls him Lord, saying, The Lord, the Father said to my Lord, the Son, the Messiah, Sit at my right hand until I put your enemies under your feet. So then, if David calls him the Son, the Messiah, Lord, how is he David's son? No one was able to say a word to him in answer, nor from that day on did anyone dare to question him again. The end. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today.